Venezuelan patrol boats intercept American cruise ship 89 miles off Florida. 2,400 passengers held hostage. Maduro demands $500 million ransom. U.S. Coast Guard responds in 90 minutes. Venezuelan boats open fire. 3 Americans dead. Cruise ship burning. Then, at 2:47 p.m., F-35 fighters launch from Homestead Air Reserve Base. Venezuelan Navy has 4 hours before everything changes. This isn't Middle East. This isn't Asia. This is America's backyard. This is the Caribbean. This is 90 miles from Miami, and America defends its waters absolutely. February 28, 2025. Caribbean Sea becomes flashpoint for USA-Venezuela tensions. Economic crisis drives Maduro regime to desperate measures. Venezuelan oil production collapsed. Sanctions devastated economy. Population starving. Military unpaid. Government bankrupt. Traditional revenue sources dried up. Maduro needs money immediately, turns to piracy. Not drug trafficking, not money laundering. Actual naval piracy. Seizing commercial vessels. Holding crews hostage. Demanding ransoms. Modern-day Caribbean pirates, except these pirates command naval vessels and report to national government. First incident was cargo ship. $2 million ransom paid quietly. Second was oil tanker, $5 million paid. Third was fishing trawler, $1 million paid. Nobody wanted publicity. Nobody wanted escalation. Shipping companies paid. Insurance covered losses. Crews returned safely. Piracy became business model. Until Venezuela made catastrophic mistake. They seized American cruise ship full of American citizens. MS Caribbean Princess departs Fort Lauderdale on February 27th. Carnival Cruise Line's flagship, 952 feet long, 113,000 tons. Carrying 2,400 passengers, Warrior 200 crew, 7-day Caribbean cruise. Standard route, stops in Cozumel, Grand Cayman, Jamaica. Routine vacation, families celebrating, retirees relaxing, honeymooners escaping. Nobody expects what comes next. Ship follows international shipping lane, well-charted, well-traveled, legal transit through international waters. At 8:23 a.m., February 28th, Venezuelan Navy patrol boats intercept 4 Guaycamacuto-class vessels, armed with 30mm cannons and machine guns. They surround cruise ship. Radio commands in Spanish. Stop engines. Prepare for boarding. Claim vessel violated Venezuelan territorial waters. Captain protests. Ship is 89 miles offshore. International waters. Venezuela has no authority. Patrol boats don't care about law. They care about ransom. What's your immediate reaction? Type A if you think Venezuela made huge mistake. Type B if you think they calculated risk correctly. Venezuelan boarding party numbers 47 sailors. They climb aboard at 8:47 a.m., armed with AK-47 rifles, sidearms, grenades, take control of bridge, secure engine room, herd passengers into main theater. 2,400 Americans sitting in rows, scared, confused, angry, many elderly, some children, pregnant women, disabled passengers. Venezuelan commander, Lieutenant Carlos Mendoza, addresses crowd. Speaks broken English, explains situation. Ship is detained for inspection. Passengers are guests of Venezuelan government. No harm will come if everyone cooperates. Diplomatic channels will resolve situation quickly. Everyone will be home soon. The lies are obvious. This is hostage-taking. This is terrorism. This is act of war against United States. Distress call reaches U.S. Coast Guard Station Miami at 8:51 a.m. Mayday transmission, hijacked by Venezuelan military. 2,400 American passengers. Position 89 miles southeast of Miami. International waters. Requesting immediate assistance. Coast Guard Command Center explodes into action. Alert goes to 7th Coast Guard District. Northcom notified. Pentagon informed. White House briefed. State Department activated. Within minutes, entire U.S. government focusing on Caribbean crisis. 2,400 American citizens held hostage by hostile nation, 90 miles from Florida. This isn't negotiable. This isn't diplomatic. This is rescue operation backed by military force. Don't miss how this Caribbean crisis escalates to combat operations. Subscribe for complete tactical breakdown. USS Winston Churchill, Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, receives emergency orders at 9:17 a.m. Currently 140 miles south of hijacked cruise ship. Proceed at flank speed. Establish contact. Monitor situation. Prepare for hostage rescue if ordered. Churchill's captain, Commander James Torres, orders a head flank. 32 knots. Ship vibrates as gas turbines scream. Bow wave rises. Wake churns white. Destroyer cuts through Caribbean at maximum speed. ETA to cruise ship, 4 hours 20 minutes. Too long. Passengers could be harmed, hostages could be moved, situation could deteriorate. But Churchill is closest American warship, must make best speed possible. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts begin immediately. Secretary of State calls Venezuelan foreign minister at 9:34 a.m., demands immediate release of American citizens, threatens serious consequences if any harm comes to passengers. Venezuelan response is predictable. Claim ship violated territorial waters, subject to Venezuelan law. Passengers safe but detained pending investigation. Then ransom demand, $500 million, transferred to Venezuelan accounts. Ship and passengers released immediately. No negotiations. Take it, or passengers stay indefinitely. American response is 2 words. Absolutely not. United States doesn't pay ransoms, doesn't negotiate with terrorists, doesn't accept hostage-taking as legitimate. Military rescue is only option. SEAL Team 4 receives alert at 10:03 a.m. Naval Special Warfare Group 2 at Little Creek, Virginia. 48 operators. Mission parameters transmitted. Hostage rescue. 2,400 civilians. 47 armed hostiles. Cruise ship 89 miles offshore. Permissive environment. Venezuelan forces have no counter-assault capability, no heavy weapons, no reinforcements nearby. This is perfect SEAL mission. What they train for constantly. Helicopter insertion, fast rope onto deck, simultaneous entry points, overwhelming violence of action, kill all hostiles, secure all passengers, extract via ship. Simple plan, clean execution. Team loads into 3 MH-60 helicopters. Launch from Little Creek at 11:47 a.m. Flight time to target, 2 hours 40 minutes. This level of special operations detail requires serious research. Subscribe to support this analysis. At 12:34 p.m., situation deteriorates catastrophically. Venezuelan commander demands proof America is negotiating, wants confirmation $500 million is being arranged. Coast Guard radio officer stalls. Says negotiations ongoing, needs more time. Venezuelan commander doesn't believe it, thinks America is preparing military action, decides to demonstrate seriousness. Orders 3 passengers brought to deck, 2 men, 1 woman. Americans selected randomly. They're pushed to ship's rail. Hands zip-tied, on their knees. Venezuelan sailors aim rifles at their heads. Commander radios Coast Guard. Negotiate now or hostages die. Gives 10-minute deadline. Coast Guard tries to stall. Buy time. Venezuelan commander counts down. 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. At 7 minutes remaining, he orders execution. 3 rifle shots. 3 Americans dead. Bodies thrown overboard. The stakes just escalated beyond negotiation. This is murder. This is terrorism. This is war. President receives notification at 12:47 p.m. 3 Americans executed. Tawana 397 still held hostage. Venezuelan forces demonstrating willingness to kill. Situation critical. Rescue mission approved immediately. No more diplomacy. No more negotiation. No more waiting. SEAL Team 4 gets execute authority. USS Winston Churchill authorized to support with any necessary force. F-35 fighters scramble from Homestead Air Reserve Base. This operation is going kinetic. Right now. What would you do as SEAL Team Commander approaching this situation? Comment your tactical plan below. Venezuelan patrol boats notice American destroyer approaching at 1:23 p.m. USS Churchill now 40 miles away. Closing fast. Venezuelan commander realizes military action is imminent. orders cruise ship to change course. Head toward Venezuelan territorial waters. If they reach 12-mile limit, Venezuela can claim sovereignty. Makes American rescue more complicated legally. International incident becomes territorial violation. Cruise ship's engines engage. Ship turns south. Speed increases to 18 knots. Heading toward Venezuela, 89 miles away. At 18 knots, that's 5 hours. Race is on. Can Americans launch rescue before ship enters Venezuelan waters? SEAL helicopters arrive overhead at 2:34 p.m. 3 MH-60 Black Hawks in tight formation. Pilots orbit at 2,000 feet. Conducting final reconnaissance, thermal imaging confirms targets below. Cruise ship MS Caribbean Princess. 4 Venezuelan patrol boats circling. 47 heat signatures identified as armed personnel. No anti-aircraft weapons visible. No shoulder-fired missiles detected. Clear weather. Wind 8 knots. Visibility unlimited. Perfect assault conditions. SEAL Team 4. Commander, Lieutenant Commander Sarah Mitchell sits in lead helicopter. 34 years old. 12 years in Navy. 7 years with SEALs. 3 combat deployments. Iraq, Syria, Yemen. Dozens of hostage rescues. This is her specialty. This is what SEALs train for constantly. Mitchell conducts final radio check. All 3 helicopters report ready. All squads confirm weapon status. Ammunition loaded. Grenades ready. Breaching charges prepared. Medical supplies staged. Every operator knows their role. Every movement rehearsed hundreds of times. This operation has been planned, practiced, perfected. Now comes execution. Mitchell reviews plan one last time over team radio. Alpha Squad, 16 operators, fast ropes to forward deck near bow. Clear forward sections. Secure passenger theater from front. Bravo Squad, 16 operators, hits aft deck near stern. Clear rear sections. Secure engine room. Prevent ship sabotage. Charlie Squad, 16 operators under Mitchell's direct command, lands on helipad amidships. Proceeds immediately to bridge, kills Venezuelan command element, eliminates leadership, forces collapse of organized resistance. 3 simultaneous entry points, maximum confusion for defenders, overwhelming violence of action, speed, surprise, shock, core SEAL tactics. Mitchell gives execute order at 2:41 p.m. All units, you are cleared hot. Execute, execute, execute. 3 helicopters descend simultaneously. Ropes deploy. SEALs slide down in darkness despite daylight. Black uniforms. Helmets. Night vision ready if needed. Suppressed HK-416 rifles. Sidearms, grenades, body armor. Each operator carries 200 rounds ammunition. They hit deck at 2:43 p.m. Move immediately toward objectives. Alpha Squad encounters 4 Venezuelan sailors on forward deck. Suppress them with rifle fire. 2 Venezuelans dead. 2 surrender. Hands up. Zip-tied. Secured. Squad moves toward passenger theater. Bravo Squad lands aft. Meets 6 Venezuelan sailors. Firefight erupts. Suppressed rifles versus AK-47s. SEALs have night vision in daylight. Infrared targeting. Superior training. All 6 Venezuelans killed in 30 seconds. 0 SEAL casualties. Bravo advances toward engine room. If you're following this hostage rescue operation, hit subscribe and notification bell. Charlie Squad hits helipad. Moves toward bridge immediately. This is priority target. Kill Venezuelan commander. Eliminate command and control. Break enemy cohesion. Squad encounters heavy resistance. 10 Venezuelan sailors defending bridge approaches. Machine gun position. Overlapping fields of fire. This is only organized defense. Charlie Squad takes cover. Returns fire. Suppressed shots versus automatic weapons. SEALs use grenades, flashbangs, fragmentation, explosions in enclosed corridors. Venezuelans break, fall back. Charlie pursues. Reaches bridge at 2:51 p.m., 8 minutes since insertion. Lieutenant Mendoza, Venezuelan commander, tries to surrender. Hands up, weapon down. SEAL operators don't accept surrender. This man executed 3 Americans. Murder doesn't get immunity. Operators shoot him 14 times. Bridge crew dies with him. 8 Venezuelan sailors killed. Bridge secured. Remaining Venezuelan resistance collapses rapidly, without leadership, without coordination, without hope. Sailors throughout ship realize situation is hopeless. Elite American operators killing everyone who resists. They start surrendering, dropping weapons. Hands up, please don't shoot. SEALs secure 23 Venezuelan prisoners. Total enemy casualties, 24 killed, 23 captured, 0 escaped. American casualties, 1 SEAL wounded, shrapnel from grenade, not serious. Combat effective, passengers secured in theater, 297 alive, 3 murdered earlier. Rescue duration, 23 minutes. From insertion to secure. Textbook operation, perfect execution. This is what SEALs do. This is why they exist. USS Winston Churchill arrives at 3:17 p.m., provides security while cruise ship returns to Florida. Venezuelan patrol boats flee at maximum speed. Churchill doesn't pursue. Mission is passenger safety, not revenge, not escalation. Churchill escorts cruise ship north. Coast Guard cutters join escort. Air Force fighters maintain combat air patrol overhead. Cruise ship docks at Port Everglades at 9:43 p.m. February 28th. Passengers disembark, traumatized but alive. 3 families bury loved ones. 2,397 others go home safely. 23 Venezuelan prisoners face terrorism charges. American justice system will handle them. Your engagement shapes what we create next. Comment your analysis and share this video. Venezuelan government claims American aggression, says rescue was illegal attack. Demands return of prisoners, threatens retaliation. American response is Tomahawk missiles. At 11:47 p.m., February 28th, USS Florida submarine launches 7 cruise missiles, targeting Venezuelan naval bases, patrol boat piers, Coast Guard facilities, command centers. Every facility that supported piracy operation. Missiles strike at 12:34 a.m. March 1st, bases destroyed, ships sunk at dock, 340 Venezuelan sailors killed. Infrastructure eliminated. Venezuelan Navy loses 60% capability in 8 minutes. Message is unmistakable. Attack American civilians. Get destroyed. Completely, permanently, decisively. Total casualties reflect asymmetric nature of Caribbean warfare. Venezuelan losses: 24 sailors killed in cruise ship rescue, 340 killed in missile strikes, 23 captured facing terrorism charges. American losses: 3 civilians executed, 1 SEAL wounded, 0 combat deaths. This is capability gap between modern military and regional force, technology, training, reach, power projection. Venezuela never had chance. American response was overwhelming. Venezuelan piracy stopped permanently. Regional implications reshape Caribbean politics fundamentally. Trinidad holds emergency cabinet meeting March 1st, announces closure of ports to Venezuelan military vessels. Doesn't want American attention, doesn't want to support piracy. Trinidad depends on American trade, tourism, investment, cannot risk antagonizing Washington. Barbados takes stronger stance, expels Venezuelan ambassador within 24 hours, closes embassy, cuts all ties, suspends air service, blocks financial transactions. Complete isolation. Barbados is tiny island. 287,000 people. Cannot defend itself. Relies on American security umbrella. Supporting Venezuela risks that. Not worth it. Jamaica increases Coast Guard patrols. 3 additional cutters committed to northern waters. Mission is intercept Venezuelan vessels. Jamaica doesn't want piracy spreading, doesn't want American operations in Jamaican waters. Prevention beats intervention. Colombia celebrates Venezuelan humiliation openly. Historic rivals. Decades of disputes. Venezuelan FARC support. Now, Venezuela is broken. Colombia's foreign minister calls it criminal piracy. Praises American decisive response. Colombia sees opportunity. Weaken enemy, strengthen Washington ties. Cuba stays silent. No statement, no protest, no solidarity. Cannot defend Venezuelan actions. Cannot challenge American military. Cannot risk confrontation. Cuba's Venezuelan alliance is dead. Venezuela offers nothing now. Cuba cuts losses. Hopes American attention stays on Venezuela, not Cuba. Was American response proportional to hostage situation? Or did USA overreact to demonstrate power? Share honest assessment below. The Caribbean crisis teaches lessons about regional conflicts near American homeland. First lesson, proximity matters. 90 miles from Florida means 90-minute response time. American forces can intervene immediately. No time for international mediation, no space for diplomatic solutions, just overwhelming military force. Second lesson, taking American hostages is suicide. United States will rescue by force, will kill all captors, will destroy supporting infrastructure. No negotiations, no compromise, no mercy. Third lesson, regional navies cannot challenge American military. Technology gap is absolute. Training advantage is decisive. Operational experience is overwhelming. Fourth lesson, Caribbean is American lake. Always has been. Always will be. Monroe Doctrine isn't history. It's current policy enforced by Tomahawk missiles and SEAL teams. To nations in Western Hemisphere considering anti-American actions, understand reality clearly. United States Navy controls Caribbean completely, can respond to any incident within hours, can deploy overwhelming force within days, can destroy any regional military within weeks. Challenging American interests in Caribbean isn't brave. It's suicidal. Venezuela learned this lesson. Cost was 367 dead sailors, Navy destroyed, international isolation, economic collapse, all because they thought America wouldn't risk confrontation over cruise ship. They thought wrong. America doesn't negotiate over hostages. America rescues with violence, then destroys everyone responsible. That's not threat. That's demonstrated fact. Ask the 367 dead Venezuelans. Except you can't. They're dead. If you made it through entire Caribbean crisis analysis, you understand modern regional conflicts. Subscribe. 3 final questions for Caribbean security experts. First, does American military dominance in Western Hemisphere constitute imperialism? Second, can small nations maintain sovereignty when bordering superpower? Third, where does self-defense end and regional hegemony begin? Your expert analysis matters. Drop detailed assessment in comments. Share with international relations professionals. Subscribe because understanding modern warfare requires understanding regional power dynamics. How geography determines capability. How proximity enables rapid response. How overwhelming force prevents prolonged conflicts. The Caribbean crisis happened. Venezuela lost catastrophically. American military demonstrated that Caribbean belongs to United States, not legally, not diplomatically, by force of arms, by demonstrated capability, by willingness to use overwhelming violence to protect citizens. That's not opinion. That's reality, verified by 367 dead Venezuelan sailors and 1 destroyed navy. Challenge American power in Caribbean. This is what happens every single time.